The dunk contest was last night, and that's an event that we all love to see. Many years we are all disappointed because most years, unfortunately, it's not that good because the best players don't get into the contest because, and I've said this for a long time, the best players in the NBA, they are scared of getting in there and losing, okay? These guys, they have big egos. These guys don't want to get into the dunk contest and lose, all right? And the dunk contest, it's not easy, right? So guys don't want to get in there and make a fool of themselves and get cracked on and all that. I feel like they just rather sit back and enjoy the show and not have to have the pressure on them. I mean, sadly, I feel like that's the way some guys are, most of them, all of them, right? And you have social media now, and social media will clown, all right? Anything that's on TV, social media will clown, okay? And NBA dunk contest, you get in there and you don't do well, yeah. Guys are scared of getting clowned and all that, but the best dunkers don't have to worry about that because we've seen over the years, the cream of the crop, all right? These NBA dunkers, they go in there and do their special dunks with no problem. One try, boom. Vince Carter, Jason Richardson, Josh Smith, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon. We saw those guys not too long ago. They get in there. They are elite, superior jumpers, dunkers, and they put on a show. But, yeah, I love LeBron. You know how I'm a big LeBron fan. After the first 7 years in Cleveland, all right? His first 7 years in Cleveland, I thought that he was the best basketball player that I had ever seen. And I knew in order for him to be the best, to be cemented as the best, he had to win championships. At that point, he had none. He had spent 7 years with a Cleveland team that had no roster for him. He had no help. He dragged a team that had very little talent to great heights. And I had never seen anyone do more with less. No one, all right? And as soon as he left, that team lost 27 straight games, set an NBA record, right, for most consecutive losses. And so because of me feeling like I felt like LeBron was the best I'd ever seen, and I wanted that to be the case one day, in order for that to be justified in the minds of the public, he had to win championships. So that's why I always wanted to see him win the championship every year if the Knicks were not in the mix involved, okay? But we know for most of LeBron James' career, at LeBron James' peak, the Knicks were nowhere near the playoffs, okay? And the one time they did face LeBron, the one time, all right? Remember, they faced Michael Jordan several times, all right, and lost to him, okay? And yet, you have so many Knicks fans who love Michael Jordan, right? But Knicks fans hate LeBron James. Knicks only played LeBron James one time because led by, all right, so many Knicks fans' hero, Carmelo Anthony, who was supposed to challenge LeBron for, all right, NBA supremacy when he got into the league. Both of them were drafted 2003. It was supposed to be the new Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. LeBron will be in the finals meeting Carmelo, East Coast, West Coast. LeBron did his part. LeBron made the NBA Finals 10 times, okay? Carmelo Anthony won three playoff series in 19 seasons. And when he got to the Knicks, okay, in a weak Eastern Conference, all right, the only time, okay, the Knicks were good enough to even see LeBron in the playoffs, 2012, and LeBron smacked the Knicks and Carmelo around. And, all right, that's the only time, okay? So, all right, so the Knicks, all right, were never even in the playoffs. So, always wanted to see LeBron win the championship, okay, every year. But the one thing definitely I get on him for is he never got in the dunk contest, okay? All right, and I get it. Because LeBron, to me, is the most hated-on athlete of all time, okay? The most hated-on athlete of all time. And I'm not talking about, all right, racism back when you had Jackie Robinson and them getting in. I mean, that was just a whole different issue. All right, so I'm not comparing it to that. But I'm just talking about all right, the modern era, the last 40 years or so, okay, the most hated on athlete of all time, okay? Of all time, okay? And so many of our people, black people, hate on LeBron. So many, it's ridiculous, okay? All right? And he, all right, great family man, beautiful black wife, okay? And, all right, perfect role model, right? But he is the most hated on athlete of all time. So, you know what? LeBron in the dunk contest, I'm sure he was like, you know what? He was hated on for like so hard at one point. It was just like he probably felt like he had more to lose than gain because, all right, if he wins, he's supposed to win. I mean, he's going to put on a show, okay? And he's going to go down in the annals of all-time slam dunk performances, all right? So that would have been the upside, the positive, the reasons why, okay, that's a positive for you to do the dunk contest. But then, on the other hand, he's going to have most of America rooting against him, okay? Especially, like, back, years ago, okay? When he was at his peak athletic ability, all right, everyone would have been rooting for him to lose because the biggest reason why he's the most hated on athlete of all time, okay, is because of Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan fans. There's so many Michael Jordan fans, so many. We know how Michael influenced the NBA and how he is beloved worldwide in this country. As I said, you have so many Knicks fans who love Michael Jordan, and all Michael Jordan did was destroy the Knicks for years, and they love this dude. And they hate LeBron because LeBron didn't come here, because he didn't come here, all right? They all hate LeBron, but in terms of a real rivalry, Knicks never had a rivalry with LeBron because they were never good when LeBron was in the Eastern Conference, okay? Carmelo's Knicks were horrible, okay? I mean, Carmelo couldn't even challenge LeBron for Eastern Conference supremacy, let alone being a new age, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, East Coast, West Coast. We're both stars. We're meeting in the finals, okay? That's what it was built up to be when they were both drafted, okay? Please, all right? Please. And then Carmelo gets to New York, the Knicks. Okay, Knicks can't even sniff the Eastern Conference title with Carmelo. Can't even get close. And all of his apologists talk about, oh, he didn't have any help. That's BS. That is BS. Nonsense. You know what? You see what the Knicks have right now? Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. Those are legit stars, okay? Bernard King, legit star. Carried the Knicks with nothing, okay? Listen, anyone out there, remember Bernard King, he was a beast, okay? He was a beast, carried the team. The type of player where it don't matter who your teammates are, because the excuse with Carmelo when the Knicks were bad with him for all these years was, oh, he has no help. Well, you know what? Go look at the roster that Bernard King had with the Knicks, okay? 1983, 1984, 1985, 1982. Look at those, at the roster and the names of those teams, okay? Anyone who was not, all right, a adult at that time, all right, anyone my age, okay, who does not even bother, because most of y'all don't even bother to look at anything that took place past like the last 15, 20 years, okay? But anyone so most people who don't know what I'm talking about, y'all look at the roster of those Knicks teams and y'all won't know anybody, okay, but Bernard King. He carried a team full of nothing. Patrick Ewing, he carried a team full of role players. Without Patrick Ewing, the Knicks would have been in the lottery at the bottom of the NBA basement every year. But you know what? With Patrick Ewing, with a truly great player, the Knicks not only made the playoffs 9 straight years, all right, but they won at least one playoff series for 9 straight years, okay? They won at least one playoff series for 9 straight years. Since Patrick Ewing left, the Knicks have won a total of 2 playoff series in 23 seasons, okay? So, and then so many years I had to hear about Carmelo Anthony from all you Knicks fans, people who supposedly know about basketball, telling me how great he is, and it's just like, I see him even now, like he's a cool dude and all that, But it's like he's ripping teammates on his podcast and making fun of guys. Like, I had no help. I had no teammates. I already told y'all. Like, I told y'all, all right? Well, look, the stuff you hear from me is not what you hear from most people in the media and fans, because they're lost, all right? They all think alike, okay? And when one person, another person thinks something, everybody just follows the crowd, okay? But Phil Jackson was a scapegoat. He got a raw deal, all right? If you ask anyone that knows about the Knicks, that follows the Knicks, they'll probably tell you, they'll probably just bash Phil Jackson's name, okay, right in front of you, and that's so wrong, okay? But that's what you hear from the media and the public, all right, and all the fans who get riled up and don't know what's going on. And they all praise Carmelo Anthony like he was a victim, like Phil Jackson did him wrong. Please, Carmelo did Phil Jackson wrong by not being a legit star, not being able to carry a team, and making Phil look like, okay, everybody's blaming Phil, blaming the owner. No, okay? It's about talent. It's about your stars, being the real deal. Right now, Knicks have two guys, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, who are all-stars, and they are the real deal, okay? All right? And it's great to have these guys, to see them play every night, okay? Jalen Brunson, and this is what, okay, because, like, I'm someone who I've been covering the Knicks for a long time. All those Carmelo Anthony years, I was there in the building every game, okay? And the anniversary of when Carmelo Anthony began his first game, the trade with the Knicks is coming up this week, so I'm going to have something for y'all. I just started doing something where I'm playing, like, old reports, all right, adding pictures to them, a lot of great locker room stories with the Knicks. I have so many. I'm going to call it my vault, okay? And so I'm going to have something for you all of the night that Carmelo made his Knicks debut, okay? And yeah, and it's so I was there for all that, and then had so many Knicks fans, social media, in Madison Square Garden for years. We'd be arguing about this. At the Knicks were horrible, could not win a game, and all right, and Knicks fans arguing with me when I was talking about how overrated Carmelo Anthony was, right? But so look, this is what I'm talking about. You look at someone like Jalen Brunson, okay? Like, this guy is a legit star, okay? Every game, y'all know, it don't matter what's going on, don't matter who's playing, it don't matter what the circumstances are in the game, Jalen Brunson is coming through. He's coming through. He has the fire in his eyes. He has that look in his eyes, and he balls, all right? He's efficient, okay? He's efficient. Like, Carmelo Anthony, for every 3 good games that he would have like 7 that he could not make a basket. And you can't win that way, you know? He's an inefficient scorer, okay? People talk about how, oh, he's a great scorer. He's 9th all time or whatever he is on the NBA scoring list. Okay, so what? You know what I'm saying? Because that sounds impressive on the surface. But when you look at it, his career, and you look at what all those points led to he won 3 playoff series in 19 seasons. You won't find any NBA so-called star that's had that few playoff series wins, right? So the Knicks, like, here's the guy the Knicks were trying to, and the Knicks fans were trying to win a championship with, and you have to win 4 playoff rounds, 4 playoff series in one season, in one playoff season, all right? In, like, 2 months to win an NBA championship, and the franchise player, the guy who they were trying to do this with, only won 3 playoff series in 19 seasons, okay? And you got to win 4 in, like, 2 months to win a championship, okay? Like, it's ridiculous, okay? And yeah, so it's just, but, so I'll have that for you in a few days, because I was very excited, like everybody else was, when they made the trade, and I was chronicling. I have stories where I go back and listen to, and I'm chronicling up until the trade deadline where the Knicks made that trade. Even I just posted a story last night, right? I posted 2 my vault stories, right? Last couple of days.